couple nights ago, she did the ultimate, bro. Like the most craziest shit you can think of. Just she went loco, bro. Like she flashed the fuck out, bro. And, she in jail, bro. So she been down like 4-5 days. So
the entire Baton Rouge hip-hop underworld just exploded into absolute, uncontrollable, high-voltage chaos after NBA YoungBoy launched a terrifying late-night broadcast threatening to expose the dark, unspoken secret behind the armed stalker who terrorized Boosie Badass's multi-million-dollar mansion. For years, millions of fans worldwide were led to believe that the harrowing driveway standoff was simply an unhinged, obsessed fan taking things too far. But YoungBoy just dropped a radioactive bombshell, alleging that the woman carrying weapons outside Boosie's gates was not a random stranger at all, but a hidden personal entanglement that Boosie himself secretly rushed to bail out of jail behind closed doors. Sitting in front of hundreds of thousands of stunned live viewers, YoungBoy dared Boosie to deny the private jail ledgers, sealed incident reports, and encrypted messages, claiming this entire 4-year mystery was an inside cover-up designed to protect Boosie's untouchable street image. The shocking fallout has triggered code red security alerts across Louisiana, pushing this generational Baton Rouge rivalry to its absolute, most dangerous breaking point. Stay locked in until the absolute end of this video, because the leaked visitation logs, emergency street responses, and Boosie's furious counterattack prove this war has just become deadly serious. To fully comprehend why NBA YoungBoy's terrifying revelation is sending nuclear shockwaves through the rap industry and street corridors alike, you have to understand the deep, fractured history between two of Baton Rouge's most legendary and volatile icons, Boosie Badass and Cantrell, NBA YoungBoy Golden. For over a decade, Baton Rouge has been the battleground for immense musical triumphs and devastating street tragedies. Boosie Badass stood as the undisputed godfather of Louisiana street rap for an entire generation. His pain music, raw authenticity, and unapologetic demeanor earned him legendary status across the American South. But when NBA YoungBoy exploded onto the national stage as a teenage phenom, the generational torch was not smoothly passed. It was violently contested. What began as mutual respect quickly decayed into cold looks, subliminal disses, severed ties, and deep ideological warfare between their respective camps, never broke again, and bad as music syndicate. Then came the chilling, widely publicized mansion incident that left the entire hip-hop world holding its breath. 4 years ago, local police and private security rushed to Boosie's sprawling estate after an armed woman allegedly breached the perimeter, lingering menacingly in the driveway and refusing to leave the property. The incident was quickly framed across national entertainment news as a classic, terrifying case of celebrity stalker obsession. Boosie took to social media at the time, visibly shaken, praising his security team, warning intruders about the deadly consequences of trespassing on his land, and painting the woman as a delusional stranger who had slipped through the cracks of the system.
The other day she pulled up, jumped out with 2 BB, talking about she finna spray the house. The day before that, after that, she jumped out again with 2 BB to try to walk up on Tootie, finna put her up. Last week she came again talking about we married and I bought her $20,000 earrings.
For years, the public accepted this narrative without question. The court case appeared to move quietly through county dockets, and the identity of the armed intruder faded into internet obscurity. However, in the underground circles of Baton Rouge, whispers persisted that the official story made zero sense. How did an armed individual navigate advanced electronic gates, evade exterior surveillance sensors, and linger on private property without immediate lethal intervention? Enter NBA YoungBoy. Having spent years closely monitoring every move, controversy, and vulnerability within the Louisiana rap hierarchy, YoungBoy allegedly spent months quietly gathering sealed records, local witness testimonies, and confidential jail ledgers. YoungBoy wasn't interested in trading routine diss tracks over beats. He wanted total cultural exposure. Believing he held the master key to exposing the absolute truth behind the incident that defined Boosie's security reputation, YoungBoy waited for the exact, explosive moment to strike, setting off a chain reaction that threatens to dismantle Boosie's credibility forever. The explosion detonated at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when NBA YoungBoy suddenly went live on social media from a dimly lit room, his eyes locked onto the screen with menacing, cold-blooded focus. The atmosphere of the broadcast was thick with suffocating tension. With over 400,000 viewers pouring into the chat within minutes, YoungBoy leaned into the microphone, his raspy voice cutting through the silence like a razor blade as he addressed Boosie directly by his legal name. "You've been lying to the streets for 4 whole years, Torrance. You sat on the internet crying about an armed stalker pulling up on your driveway, acting like you was the innocent victim of some crazy stranger. Tell the world the truth. That woman didn't pull up on your mansion because she was a random fan. She pulled up because she was tied into your personal circle, and she came to collect what was owed. And when the cops locked her up with those weapons, who sent the bag to bond her out of that parish jail within 48 hours? You did. You paid the bond, so she wouldn't open her mouth on the witness stand." The accusation landed like a tactical warhead across the hip-hop community. YoungBoy wasn't just throwing internet shade. He was alleging a massive, 4-year conspiracy involving hush money, hidden personal ties, and an orchestrated cover-up of a violent standoff. The live stream comments moved at blinding speed, with fans, bloggers, and industry figures struggling to process the sheer weight of the claims. YoungBoy held up several printed documents to the camera, showcasing what appeared to be stamped county clerk filing records, bonding agency transaction receipts, and property parcel logs from the week of the arrest. He claimed that the armed standoff was the direct result of a private dispute that turned volatile, forcing Boosie to publicly declare the woman an unhinged stalker to avoid catastrophic embarrassment and legal complications. Then came the first shocking twist that turned this viral live stream into a high-stakes emergency. Within 90 minutes of YoungBoy ending his stream, an anonymous account on an encrypted messaging forum leaked high-resolution screenshots of what appeared to be internal parish detention center booking ledgers and private bail bondsman payment slips dated just days after the 2020 mansion incident. The leaked documentation showed that the $50,000 corporate surety bond for the armed woman was processed and secured by an LLC entity whose registered corporate agent was directly tied to Boosie Badass's private management team. The revelation that Boosie's own corporate apparatus had allegedly paid to release the very person who had terrorized his home with weapons sent social media into total, unhinged anarchy. Hashtags like hashtag YoungBoy exposes Boosie, hashtag the mansion cover-up, and hashtag Baton Rouge secrets surged to the top of trending feeds worldwide as millions of viewers realized that the official story of the terrifying mansion attack was crumbling before their eyes. The internet was still reeling in shock when Boosie Badass launched an emergency, panic-fueled counteroffensive at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Appearing on Instagram Live from the front porch of his estate, Boosie paced back and forth, waving his hands violently, his face contorted in pure rage as he shouted into the camera lens. "Kentrell is speaking pure madness. This little boy is trying to ruin my name because he can't control the city. That woman was a certified lunatic who brought loaded weapons to my front door and threatened my family. I didn't bond nobody out. Any paperwork floating around is forged, fake internet garbage made by bitter haters. I will put my entire legacy on the line. I never knew that woman before she stepped on my grass, and I will defend my home with my life every single time." Boosie's response was fiery, emotional, and intensely delivered, but the digital court of public opinion was already moving too fast. Commentators quickly analyzed his body language, noticing that he refused to directly explain why his management LLC was listed on the third-party surety records. Then came the second, mind-blowing twist that completely changed the stakes of the entire controversy. A prominent Baton Rouge investigative journalist and independent legal reporter posted a breaking investigative thread on X, revealing that local county prosecutors had quietly dismissed the felony weapon charges against the armed woman less than 6 months after the initial arrest, due to the primary complaining witness formally refusing to cooperate or sign trial affidavits. Read that again. The very celebrity whose mansion was allegedly invaded at gunpoint had seemingly declined to press forward with the criminal prosecution that would have put the armed intruder behind bars for years. This stunning legal reveal poured gasoline onto the firestorm. Industry analysts, hip-hop podcasts, and YouTube essayists immediately began connecting the dots. If the armed intruder was truly a dangerous, unknown stalker who terrorized a family, why would the victim refuse to cooperate with prosecutors and allow the felony charges to vanish into thin air? Street-level tensions in Louisiana skyrocketed to code red levels. Insiders reported that security convoys around both artists' properties were heavily reinforced, with local authorities increasing routine patrols around high-profile music studios and private estates in the area, fearing that a clash of egos could trigger physical confrontations on the streets. The fallout from NBA YoungBoy's explosive claims completely fractured the hip-hop community into warring camps, dominating discussions across TikTok, X, YouTube, and urban radio broadcasts. At Baton Rouge Street Pulse, NBA YoungBoy just exposed the biggest cover-up in Louisiana rap history. If Boosie's company paid that bond and then dropped the charges, that wasn't a stalker. That was an inside situation that went completely wrong. At Southern Rap Truth, people are jumping to conclusions way too fast. Celebrities drop charges against crazy fans all the time just to avoid long, exhausting court battles. Boosie has been a real one for 20 years, and YoungBoy is just starting drama for internet attention. At LegalHawk_analysis, those LLC bonding documents look authentic. In the legal world, victims do not bail out their own armed home invaders unless there is a powerful incentive to keep them quiet outside a courtroom. YoungBoy hit a nerve here. At CultureWar_daily, the tension between NBA and Bad as syndicate is dangerous right now. When street rappers start pulling actual parish court ledgers and bail records on livestream, somebody is going to react in real life. Nationally syndicated radio shows debated the topic for hours, bringing on legal analysts to weigh whether the resurfaced allegations could prompt local authorities to review the circumstances surrounding the dropped charges. Meanwhile, Boosie's comment sections across all social platforms were completely overwhelmed by thousands of fans posting padlock and receipt emojis, demanding that he provide verifiable proof showing he had no connection to the bonding company. The narrative had completely flipped. Boosie was no longer the heroic defender of his castle, but an artist trapped in a web of difficult questions, while YoungBoy watched the chaos unfold from the digital sidelines with calculated satisfaction. Just when the public believed the controversy had reached its absolute peak, a final, chilling twist surfaced from behind closed doors that threatens to blow this entire rivalry wide open. At 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, a short, encrypted audio recording was uploaded to an anonymous soundboard channel, allegedly capturing a private phone conversation between a high-ranking member of Boosie's security team and a local Louisiana bail bondsman recorded shortly after the 2020 incident. In the audio snippet, a voice matching Boosie's associate can clearly be heard stating, "Make sure the paperwork is clean. Handle the bond under the corporate name so the press don't link it back to the house." The leak of this audio sent pure panic through the industry. Simultaneously, reports surfaced that NBA YoungBoy's Inner Circle is preparing to release an entire multi-part documentary breakdown featuring unreleased surveillance angles of the driveway incident, sworn witness statements, and exclusive interviews with individuals close to the mysterious woman. Boosie's team has reportedly called an emergency legal summit, with rumors swirling that formal cease and desist orders and defamation lawsuits are being drafted to prevent the documentary from hitting the public domain. Will Boosie Badass be forced to come clean about the real identity of the armed woman, or will his legal team successfully silence YoungBoy before more damning evidence leaks to the world? The battle lines across Louisiana are drawn, the streets are holding their breath, and the next 24 hours will determine whether this decade-long rivalry finally reaches a devastating climax. This has been without a doubt the most intense, shocking, and deeply personal Louisiana hip-hop controversy we have ever covered on this channel. Now I want to hear directly from you, the most informed hip-hop community on YouTube. Do you believe NBA YoungBoy's claims that Boosie's armed stalker was an inside connection who was secretly bailed out? Or do you think Boosie was truly an innocent victim of a terrifying home invasion who is now being unfairly targeted for internet clout? What do you think will happen if YoungBoy releases the rest of the leaked surveillance tapes and documents? Drop your honest thoughts, wildest theories, and predictions in the comments section down below right now. I will be down in the comments replying to the best and most intense responses all day long. If your mind was completely blown by this emergency breakdown, smash that like button immediately. It helps the algorithm push this investigation to hip-hop fans all across the globe. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell right now. We are tracking this high-stakes Baton Rouge feud live as it develops, and the second Boosie drops his official legal response, or the moment YoungBoy leaks the next audio tape, we will be dropping an exclusive, emergency follow-up video that you cannot afford to miss. Thank you for watching, stay locked in, and I will see you in the very next video.